Hello, everybody, and happy Hump Day Wednesday. So, interesting day. President Biden, again, if you're new to my channel, we talk a whole lot about money, finances, also some good camping trips and some live videos. But $10,000, some people, over 20 million with an M, borrowers are fully canceled. $10,000 are canceled, and people who are making under 125,000. Are you one? Stay tuned. And also, you don't want to miss the very end of this video. I'm going to give you the pros, the cons, the positive and negative on this. Listen, I'm just reporting the news. I'm just going to give you that much facts, not my opinion, facts, but a little bit of my opinion. So stay tuned. Also, PUA, we're going to talk about any overpayments. Leave in the comments, PUA overpayments be wiped out if student loans are being wiped out. Hello, everybody, and I'm Sal Capano. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to be here. I hope you had a wonderful day. Remember, one day at a time, everybody, but I hope you had a great day. Now, here we go. I'm going to give you in black and white what it is, and then I'm going to read something that President Biden didn't mention. So you got to stay with me for another 3 more minutes. Now, so 20 million people, borrowers, have been canceled. Now, just let everybody know, I paid off my student loan. It's been a long time. I think I had over 130,000. I just paid it off. Now, I'm happy. I mean that. I really happy. I know there's a lot of you on here who have student loans. But leave me in the comments, what happens to people who just paid off their student? Forget about me. Forget about people. I'm old. People who paid back before, right? What about people who just got done paying back their student loans? So I'd like to hear from you. But you got to stay tuned with me, though. So let's get into this. I'll start with some good news. So the good news is, if you have a student loan, it's wiped out. And if you make more than 125,000, excuse me, it's not wiped out, but you're on a deferred payment. Deferred payment for the last 2 years. He extended it, President Biden, until the end of the year. But that'll be it. So at the end of the year, starting January 1st, you have to start paying your student loan. These are for people who are making over 125,000. And also, if you had a loan out for 30,000, just 10,000 got wiped out, you will have to start paying it. Now, stay with me. So here's what we have. Oh, one more thing before I get into student loan. I'm so sorry. I had to mention this. By the way, President Biden has sent over another $3 billion, would it be, to Ukraine for more weapons and money on our tax-paying money. I'd like to hear from you. I think it's important, but some of that money could help out maybe PUA overpayments, stimulus for money in our pocket, and things like that. Let's get back into that. I'd like to hear from you. Or was it the right thing? You can disagree. I'm perfectly fine with it. But $3 billion. Anyhow, let's jump back into the video. So $10,000 for people who are making 125,000 or less, or 250 for a married couple, it's just gone, right? Wiped out. Also, the 5% plan of income for the 20 years. So these are other things. So in other words, if you can pay back your loan in 20 years, you're going to get 5% instead of 10%. I'm going to be doing more videos in the future because there's a bunch of different strategies and stuff, but that can happen. Also, if you if you make more than $125,000 and your loan's not wiped out, you still don't have to pay for the remaining rest of the year. Now, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons. Okay, hey, stay with me. This is going to get a little deep. So, okay, here's the deal. Now, if I owned a university, if I owned a college, Harvard, let's say for example, I wish I did. Didn't you wish you owned a college? What they're going to do, I'm a businessman. Here's what they'll do. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. They're going to raise the tuition start next year. Now, so your grandchild goes to college, and now their tuition's raised, and they're gonna have their best team out there market it, and they're gonna say this: well, we were at 25,000 tuition, now we're at 35, but we're gonna give you a little bit of that. We're gonna give you a little bit of that, right? Okay, you got the attention. However, don't worry about it, because the government will bail you out probably again for 10,000 and maybe even more. Now we were all young before, so now they're telling them about 10,000, maybe more, and lower the interest if you can pay it off in 20 years, right? Because so you see what I'm going to. So it's going to cause more problems in the future. It's the way I'm looking at it. So long term, I'm just letting you know. So that's what the colleges are going to do. They're going to raise this and market it and say, hey, there it is in black and white. Well, don't worry about $10,000, right? Meanwhile, they're going to increase it $10,000. You see, and the kids are going to be like, oh, okay, and they're going to credit you back anyhow $10,000 if you make under $125,000 a year. But also, don't make more than $125,000. If you do make more than $125,000, they're not going to bill you out. So now it's making it a lazy nation. Just my thoughts. Maybe I'm just totally off on it and I'm just thinking too much. Sometimes I do, but I think most universities, I'm not saying they're all going to do it, but I just and I just gave an example of a college, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's a very good college. It's props to Harvard, I think I said, but I'm just giving you an example. In all means, I don't know if Harvard would do that. So let's just cover that up. All right. So let me know what you think about this biting Ukraine stuff, sending $3 billion. I'd like to hear from you. Is it fair if your child or grandchild just paid off a loan? I mean, what's that show the next people who are going to college? Well, you know what? Maybe don't pay it back because the government probably bail you out another $10,000. But that's the cons and the negative. The good stuff is you got to be very happy. There should not be anybody, the jealousy has to stop, and I really mean that. You got to be happy for people on here and happy for Americans who could not pay this off, right? On the flip side, I am down the middle. So let's make it a happy day, but I'm just giving you some facts. I know a lot of people could be upset about this because they're saying, well, wait a minute now, I just paid it back. So I don't know. I think there should have been something towards people who did pay it back, maybe a free tuition or something, or 10% off. I'd like to hear from you. And also, Rich Biden would explain what I just did, President Biden, on how possibly the tuitions can go up. But maybe he's just not thinking, or maybe he is, and I don't know about it. Now, with the PUA, if you stay tuned this long, what's PUA have to do with this? And listen, a lot of you know that I have a little bit of overpayment because of a decrease in my WBA. And there's a lot of people out there in Nevada, in California, in Pennsylvania, a lot of states. They just wiped that out. And I'm not being critical. I admit you could totally disagree. But there's former President Trump said in the beginning that he was not going to have anybody pay overpayment back if it was a mistake from the unemployment PUA or a mistake on the claimant that was completed, which is 2 years complete. So, there's overpayments, there's money that is still calculated from the American Rescue Plan, $800 billion sitting there, and they used a lot of this towards student loan. What about wiping out some of the overpayments? And what about helping out the seniors on here, right? And what about increasing Social Security? Now that could still happen. And how about people that are struggling and sending out stimulus checks? You see where I'm going with this? So it's not that I'm sitting back saying, wow, what about, my situation or her situation? But you see, there's a lot of things that could have broke this up in pieces. Again, some of you are going to come across this channel, and I agree somewhat with you. It's more inflation. But I'm just saying, if they're going to do something, so break it all up. So, give a little bit here, give a little bit there. Maybe the $30 billion in Ukraine, you already send there. I'm just, saying, I think they could have helped a lot of people. Now, it doesn't mean in the next 2 days that Biden can come out with an executive order, but I am not hearing that right now. I'm hearing that no, this is going to be it. Is there a possibility? Again, if you're new to my channel, you want to perhaps hit the like button and subscribe. Is there a chance that he'll go ahead and do a stimulus right before November 8th because midterm? Remember the chess game? It's possible. It's possible. And give to people on $150,000. That's all possible. For a lot of us, it would be great. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with it all. Anyhow, it was a busy day. I'd like to hear. I'm really going to look forward to reading your comments on this. But again, I am very happy, and I truly, looking at the camera, truly mean that for people who got that 10,000 wiped out. But I'm just saying, break it all up. And also, I think it was a very smart move from the administration. This video is actually going over 8 minutes, and I'm sorry I'm rattling on, but it's a lot to cover. I think it was whether you support Joe Biden or don't support him, it was huge. is a strategy because it's fresh. And a lot of people say, oh, the young voters don't vote. Yes, they do. Independents and young voters do vote. And it's a political thing, so it's in their head when they go to vote for the first time or they're in their 20s. Well, this administration, Joe Biden, wiped out 10,000. That's a vote. So it was a strong move. Will the Republicans now come back and counter on a chess piece? You see where I'm at? Who knows? Again, people, I'm not taking sides. I'm just giving them the news. Say hello to somebody when you're walking by. Tomorrow's another day. And there's always solution. I can't wait to read all your comments. And also a chance to win $75. So leave the comments. Thank you. Ciao.